Hi everyone, we're gonna watch a key supply video. No, bitch, we ain't gonna stop.
All right, so Homeland Security has been very active in the city of Detroit. Now, recently in Detroit, ICE agents were spotted trying to conduct a deportation operation when more and more protesters started to show up. This is what you're predicting. You make eye contact. Make eye contact. This is what you're predicting. They're shooting us.
Make eye contact. Make it. No.
It's quite common to see protesters or individuals show up in the middle of a Homeland Security operation and not be too happy with what's going on. But what's not common is seeing stuff like this, a tactical operation where Homeland Security agents line up on a door and breach the door. Typically, you only hear about stuff like this, but now you actually get to see the raw footage.
To them Thursday morning, sources tell me he was being pursued by ICE agents. Abdessamed's family tells me had he known it was law enforcement after him, this would not have happened.
Oh,
like I said before,
bullshit.
in Detroit, and this also happened recently. Detroit
If
made
I would have known.
crash family says was sparked by ICE pursuit. Okay, so before we dig into all of this, make sure to please like this video. It helps out a ton, and it also helps others see the videos as well. So let's start with this clip.
Like, you're telling me, oh, I didn't look behind me to see who's in a vehicle, to see that they're wearing a police vest. Oh, no, no. No, bitch, you knew it was police. You just want to try and get away from them because you know you're illegal. Why was she even allowed in there? No, they ain't your streets, bitch.
Okay, so whether you're in Detroit, Miami, New York City, Portland, Seattle, it doesn't seem to matter what city we are covering on this channel. There always seems to be some level of people showing up or pushing back if Homeland Security is lingering in an area and they're trying to conduct an operation. So, of course, the big question is what exactly is going on and why are protesters showing up and shouting at federal agents?
Because they're retarded.
According to an eyewitness statement,
They want to simp for illegals.
They stopped at the gas station around the block as they were approached by some of the vehicles that are behind us, and they noticed they were being followed, so they rushed home, which is just a street over. They tried to get inside their home. The officers aggressively tried to grab her husband. The wife grabbed his vest to kind of protect her kids and family. They have kids in the home right now, and the officer stepped back. He knows he doesn't have a warrant to enter the home, right? So he had to step back.
Oh.
And they did have their guns drawn at the moment. Again, no weapons by the
Doesn't matter.
No weapons in the house. They never drew a weapon at these officers at all. The assault was maybe pulling the vest, right?
Not maybe.
I think any mother would do that to protect their family, right?
Okay.
Alright, so let me just break down the retarded bitch and what she's saying. What she's saying is, they just didn't even look who it was. They just put the public at risk and just sped home. Okay? And then he or she, whatever, they decided, yeah, I'm gonna pull on their vest and commit battery. And then I'm gonna flee the house. So no, any sane person would not pull their vest, especially a mother if she actually cared about her children or father. Okay? And if they're illegal, they don't need a warrant to go in the house.
Here's my disclaimer. We do not have Homeland Security side of the story, so keep that in mind. However, if this story is true, this is a very common theme we do see with Homeland Security operations. People getting hesitant, they start maybe driving a little too fast, it might end in a pursuit, and then people run inside a house, and now Homeland Security has to figure out a way to enter the house. And that typically involves some sort of warrant, but that also involves waiting and standing around where more and more people can show up and try to figure out what's going on here. And that's how we got here.
So no, key supply. If they're illegal, they don't need a warrant. And you running gives you the right to draw your guns. Like, don't ignore the woman that's simping for an illegal.
don't shoot fucking nobody.
Excuse me, I have contact with somebody inside.
No, if they're gonna threaten me, I'm gonna shoot him dead.
Someone inside. What do you need me to tell them? I have contact with someone inside.
Somebody's got contact with somebody
Okay,
inside.
please. I have contact with someone inside.
Just blow the whistles that do absolutely nothing. It doesn't matter, they ran.
Excuse me, please, can I speak to you? At the press.
No, you're not.
I have contact with people inside. I can get them.
No one cares, bitch.
I have people. I have people with contact. I promise you, I'm talking to them on the phone. Please. I can get it to you if you need it. You don't get to do that.
How about you go home? How about you go home and get a job? You know, instead of simping for illegals. Actually, how about you get the fuck out of this country? How about we deport you?
Okay, so the first observation is, of course, there are many federal agents who have showed up here. Now, I did identify one agent had a DEA vest on. Again, we don't have the full story from the federal government side, but we do know Homeland Security is on the scene as well. Also, keep in mind, you can hear those whistles in the background. Again, like I said, it doesn't really seem to matter what part of the country you're in. There always seems to be whistles or people upset with what's going on here. Again, this is very common.
Oh my God.
You a heavy fucking officer. Go the fuck home.
You need that many guns. Please, I have contact in there with the person, please. I pray.
No, you're not.
Okay, so I don't know if you heard that, but there was a knocking on the door and we heard police search warrants. So it does appear as if a warrant was obtained. But again, this is quite rare. You don't usually get to see a tactical lineup on a door like this.
Please, I have contact in there.
No one cares, bitch.
Please. Oh my gosh, please. Leave them alone. There is kids in there, please.
Doesn't matter. Maybe you should have not ran.
You guys have kids. I can talk to them. I have contact with them, please. I know them. Please, don't do that.
Okay, so as a former combat engineer in the 101st Airborne who has trained plenty on breaching operations, what you just saw was actually extremely impressive. You can be the strongest person ever, and you can have a hammer or a breaching mechanism and try to bust the door down. That doesn't really matter. A lot of this comes down to technique. So the fact that he was able to do it in 2 swings goes to show that this guy actually knows what he's doing, and it appears as if these agents also are highly
Yeah,
trained.
it was very nice.
Stop. Por favor.
Get them, boys. Or just step out. God, bitch, just shut the fuck up. Oh. Because you're being a stupid bitch.
You just assaulted me. I'm gonna press charges. You know that? You just assaulted me.
Okay, so I have no idea what's going on here, but this is the raw footage. This is what it looks like on the ground, and I appreciate this type of footage. Now, what I do know about these types of situations where protesters, activists, where people start to show up and observe what's going on with Homeland Security operations, this can all get very emotional, and sometimes people can clash within who are on the other side of the tape observing Homeland Security. And if you are subscribed to my channel, you know we have seen stuff like this where sometimes protesters can get upset with other protesters for how they might be conducting themselves. Again, I have no idea what's going on here, though.
Well, yes, because it's all about me, and the fucking illegal simp victim complex. Of course they're gonna fight with each other.
You saw that. All of you saw how she hit me. ¿Por qué me golpeaste? She's making it about her. What is wrong?
Bitch, you always make it about you.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. That's such a bad example to your kids.
Yeah, you're a horrible example to your
Okay,
kids.
so as I filmed this video, this story is only 24 hours old, so we don't have any news from Homeland Security as far as what was happening here, but Homeland Security has talked about this next story.
Hearing from eyewitnesses.
Oh my
The vehicle ended up
gosh.
on top of two other cars and the driver impaled. New tonight, ICE saying that man put agents
Jeez.
at risk.
This is the damage to the garage in the two vehicles when Mohammed Abdesamad crashed into them Thursday morning. Sources tell me he was being pursued by ICE agents. Abdesamad's family tells me had he known it was law enforcement after him, this would not have happened.
Oh, you
Now,
knew.
we're about to watch the raw footage, but I do want to point out, in Detroit, there is a no pursuit policy for the local police. So this has always been a point of contention as far as ICE conducting their own high-speed pursuits if they want to. Because, of course, they're not going to be following sanctuary policies or local ordinance policies.
Not have happened.
Whatever you say, newsman. Jesus.
Reported a collision just before Abdesamad lost control.
Oh,
of
maybe you
his
shouldn't
car
run.
and crashed into a garage at Whitlock in Warwick. A pole impaled him as he drove through a gated fence. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition.
Okay, so according to local reports, this individual is still alive, miraculously. I mean, look at this scene, and you guys saw how fast that vehicle was going down the road. Again, I am curious how you guys feel about these types of situations. Should ICE or federal agents be engaging in these types of high-speed
Yes.
if it gets a little too out of control?
ICE said Friday its agents were on a targeted
Chase them
enforcement
all.
operation with Abdesamad trying to evade arrest, pinning an agent's leg in a car door.
Oh my gosh.
The incident is under investigation. In the video, an unmarked vehicle arrives after the crash, followed by two others. Neighbors say they were ICE agents without lights or sirens. Abdesamad's cousin says he...
Oh, really? Hold on, let's take a look at those vehicles. Again, not were the same
followed by
vehicles.
two others. Neighbors say they were ICE
They had no lights. They literally have lights. You not knowing undercover is right, you don't.
agents without lights or sirens. Abdesamad's cousin says he would not have knowingly fled from agents.
Yeah, he would have.
Imagine there's like
Okay, so first things first, this is a prime example of what it's like in 2026 to cover federal operations. These types of stories really fly under the radar. Where back in 2025, I used to have like 10 stories on my desk, and I had to pick and choose which ones you guys might want to see or talk about. This is common right now, and it really goes to show that the current Trump administration, they tend to keep things a little more hush-hush. Although the local media, of course, did cover this, Homeland Security did not really post about this on their main social medias or on their ICE Detroit pages as well. So you might be asking, well, what's the big deal? Maybe they don't want to talk about this. Well, the reason why I am pointing this out is because, again, we have quite the contrast of when stuff like this happens, then you have Homeland Security talking about statistics, how there are an increase of assaults, an increase of people trying to go after ICE, increase of injuries. We don't really have any of that right now. And again, I will say, this goes to show what direction the current administration seems to be going in as far as keeping ICE agents a little more low-key.
even know if they were like,
Nah,
okay,
fuck that.
someone's gonna rob you. You don't know
Public.
what's going on. Hassan Mohamedou says his cousin immigrated from Mauritania in North Africa 2 years ago seeking asylum. His next immigration hearing was set for October 2027. He says there was no reason for ICE to target him.
when I see statistics that, as a member of Congress, I'm asking, who are these
Oh,
individuals
shut
that
the
are-
fuck up. You no reason. No, he came here illegally. Fuck you. Actually, deport his brother too. If you want to defend these illegals, you can get the fuck out as well.
Over 97% have no criminal record.
Okay, so the criminal record debate.
Oh my
Typically, when you hear
god.
this debate, you will hear 97% of individuals detained do not have a criminal record, and then you will hear from Homeland Security, well, actually, it's 70% do have a criminal record, and what this all comes down to are data points. Homeland Security will loop in a lot more of crimes or collateral crimes into a category, whereas other individuals will not. For example, to Homeland Security, if you come in the country illegally, you have committed a crime. But to others, they might say, well, no, that's a civil offense.
Well, no. Key Splice, stop with the bullshit. It's not to them. It literally is a crime. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. It doesn't matter if you're a woke retard. But that is a crime.
Thus, you are in that 97% category of not committing a crime. But we can even use this example we're talking about. Some people may identify that the individual who may have fled away from ICE actually did not flee away from ICE. He was just trying to get away because he didn't know what's going on. Thus, it's not a crime. This happens all the time around the United States, and I will admit it's all very confusing, so I do my best to try and break it all down.
Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib.
No, it's not confusing. It's very easy. You ignore the dumbasses. He did commit a crime, felony evading. He did commit a crime when you came here illegally. You can paint all the woke bullshit you want. He had a criminal record when he came here illegally.
Our local police departments don't do chases. They're not allowed. They're prohibited from doing chases.
Yeah, because they're woke pussies.
They have policies in place because they know it's incredibly dangerous.
Meanwhile, the family who lives here is left with the damage.
They chased that man through this neighborhood. They hit his car and caused him to lose control and fly through my yard.
On the city's west side, Randy Wimbley.
Oh my god.
Okay, so again,
Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, so Bick, shut the fuck up. You can go too. Jesus. It's really good to know that you're so retarded that you'll blame law enforcement instead of the criminal fleeing.
and the story did happen 3 weeks ago.
Oh my god. Alright. Well, thanks for watching. If you like, give a like and subscribe.